Dante, you guys are done?
Just an idea.
In your groups, could the recorder person graph the thing on the side that's got a grid on it? Hang on. So those of you who are recorders, Joseph, Noah, Raul, Frey, Dante, Teddy, Faustina, Lorenzo, Eden, Angel, and Hamal.
So I have -1 like here, and then 0, 0,
Liffy,
0,
who are you guys missing?
and then it's 1, 2. Sorry. And then it's an exponent. So it's gonna be
So would that be 1/2 or 0.5?
the main is negative.
I don't really wonder
No, it's not. It's on the left. No, it is 1. Like the decimals are still getting smaller, but the range is 0.
Those are the easy ones. 2 to the 0, is that 0?
1.
1. 2 to the -1, is that -2?
No.
No. 1/2. Negative exponent does not mean negative number. So let me see the graphs that you guys have. Okay. All right, so what I'm seeing is you guys have this stuff. And some of you stopped your graph there. Some of you went like this. Not what we want. Because if you do this, to me, it means the graph does that. And those of you that did the whole swooping bit of the graph, is there a horizontal asymptote, a vertical asymptote, or no asymptote on this graph?
Horizontal asymptote.
Horizontal at where? Which one? Y equals 0. Because those of you who plotted -1, 1/2, and then if you went further, -2 1/4, -3 1/8, it's gonna go like that. Nora, what's the domain? What are all the x values that can go in? All of the little numbers that ever could be numbers. What's the range? Chrissy, what y values come out? What y value, what x value makes y -1? Or -2 or -3? When do I get the negative y value? So I'm not seeing them, right?
It's going to be 0 to infinity.
Square or round bracket?
On 0, round. Because
Why?
it's never actually, so just approaching 0.
It's getting close to
Yeah.
0. You're always cutting it in half each time to go this way. Cutting it in half, cutting it in half. You always have a smidgen of a bit left. Okay? All right. Virginia, when we find inverses in algebra 2, what if, like, if it was y equals 3x plus 1 and I wanted to find the inverse, what would you do first? She doesn't know. Anya, help.
Switch the signs, like the x and y.
Okay, trade x and y. Okay, so some of you already have done this on your graph. I want to see the inverse, which means trade x and y. So Angel, like, put the y values here in the x column, so what's my column gonna be here?
1/2. Just 1, 2, 4, 8.
And this was -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the inverse, graphing the inverse, just trading the x and y's. Well, how do I graph the coordinate 1/2 -1? So is that, yeah, fourth quadrant? So going to x equals +1/2, go down to -1, then plotting the coordinate 1, 0, and then the coordinate 2, 1, and then 4, 2, and then 8, 3. Here's my inverse. Byron, what is the domain of my inverse? Round bracket 0 to infinity. Gee, that guy's y values became this guy's x values. Ella, what is the range of my inverse? All of the numbers, -infinity to infinity. So this guy's inputs became that guy's outputs. You guys remember what the inverse of exponential is? Not square root, no.
Oh wait, is it logarithmic?
Yeah, it's log. Okay, so that's what we're getting to today is doing all those log properties. We just did this, all on the same graph. Before we get to log properties though, I wanna make sure we understand exponential, like exponents. Can you write these down? X to the m times x to the n. X to the m times x to the n.
How do you do this?
I don't have 7. I just have 1 guy.
It is like, albeit it's x m over n.
Lorenzo, what's the rule that's hiding under the box?
Plus add.
So if you were just given numbers, x squared times x to the 5th, you would just have said x to the 7th. But really what you did was add. Sophie, what about the second one? X to the m divided by x to the n.
That would be x to the n minus x to the n minus n.
Yeah. And Adeline, raising a power to a power, what's the rule? Said multiply the exponents. Okay, just making sure you know these. Dante, what is 8 to the 0? Stuart, what is 8a squared to the 0?
1.
I'm dealing with Shora first. Angel, what's 18a squared to the 0? 5,132,000 593.7 z cubed a squared x to the 0. So clever. Yeah. So, and I'm not gonna lie to you, pretty much everything to the 0 power is 1. Exceptions, when you get to calculus, 0 to the 0 could be 0, might be 1. I can make it e if I want to. Infinity to the 0, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's infinity. So, but for what you guys need to do, you're not gonna see those. There we go. Alright, negative exponents. My x to the negative m, if I don't want that negative exponent there, how do I write that? Ask the brain trust at your table, help her out. So as we said before break, negative exponent means that thing is in the wrong part of the fraction, move it. Griffin, if I did xy, the whole thing to the m, what is that gonna be? X times y to the m. So xy squared, which is xy times xy, what's that gonna end up being? How many x's do we have? So we need to distribute that exponent to each piece. Dante, what about the other one? xy, that fraction to the m.
Maybe x over x1.
What you said is not right, but I think you meant this. X to the m over y to the m. Okay. So now here's the trick question. Amory, pick a number. 5. So with your group agreeing, I want you to write yes or no. Is this true or not? Write it on the board. Not you. You have to write what your group says. So, third period, the majority of the groups got it right. Fourth period, the majority of the groups got it wrong. So you guys are the tiebreaker. No pressure.
I think the answer's no, but I don't know why. Okay, we'll try it, okay? We'll just do the same
Okay, write
thing.
it on the
So
board.
say
I
it's
wanna
2 squared.
see.
So say it's 2 and 3, and then it's like 2 plus 3, and then this is squared, right? So it's 5 squared equals 25, right? That's 2 3, right? But then it could be, it's 4, 2 squared, and 3 squared is 9. It's not the same. It's 13. They're different. It's not the
Right,
same.
what'd you guys come up with?
False?
Byron, what'd you guys write? Raoul, did you guys pick something yet or not? It is 50-50.
No, wait, I just realized it is added.
What'd you guys write? So,
Okay, so.
Raoul, you got it.
It's both squared.
Raoul, what'd you guys say?
So 2 plus 3 squared, 2, that's 25.
Okay.
But 2 squared is 4, plus 3 squared is 9.
Alright, guys. Okay, look up here, guys, let's try this. So when I come across a math thing that's been like forever since I did it, I go back to first principles and I'm like, you know what? To the 5th is too much of a pain. So I'm gonna just see squared. I know this one pretty well. First times first, outside times outside, inside times inside, last times last. I get this, which is not x squared plus y squared, so I cannot do this. So jury's still out because half of you had it right and half of you had it wrong. So third period was largely correct, fourth period was largely wrong, and you guys are split. So this, can't do it, it's not true. So what's the difference? Here, it distributed fine. How come it doesn't down here?
So they're multiplying.
Up here, they were multiplying, so it was x times y times x times y, and it was just a way of grouping them together in a more neat manner. Down here, adding or subtracting, you can't do it. Okay? Virginia said whatever, it's Monday, ready to go home. Okay. Logs, yay. All right, a number of you said this, the way we undo exponential is log. Okay. Some of you that had,
Stratus.
Batris,
Who's Strat?
Ben to Benet, which, it's not Benet, it's log Benet. Like, how do you,
Well, it's the same, like, I don't know. It made sense to me. I still remember it.
okay, sweet pea, then turn that into log, you Ben to Benet.
Got you.
Those of you who didn't have Batris, were you told a way to remember this converting?
Wait, the first or second?
Second, you should have seen this in the second semester. What'd you get?
I don't really wanna, I don't wanna say it out loud, but I got, log base 2 y equals x.
Okay, so the Ben to Benet. Whatever, you guys need to have this written. Those things aren't equal, but they are proper translations of each other. So, B is the base.
Yeah.
So the base in this one is 2, so log base 2 of n in this thing is some number.
Oh, oops, I did it. I just got my letters confused. Oops, I just can't spell.
Right, but that's an issue.
Well, it's really a spelling issue more than a math issue, I think.
Okay. Cool. So, base number exponent. So you can bend to log Benet. I don't know how to tell you other than this is the translation. So, Gray did just do this. He said log base 2 of the number equals the exponent. Those of you that know the Ben to Benet, that's just Gray, he's the only one.
Yeah.
Do you feel isolated and alone?
I feel very seen.
Okay, these make more sense when we try some translation. People are still writing stuff down, so I wanna give them a chance. It's gonna take more work than that. Okay. Can I change the page yet? Bella said yeah. She says yeah there. with your group, try those 5. Given the exponential, write the log. Given the log, write the exponential.
Why do they do
If log doesn't have a base, is it just?
Seeing one group, someone wrote this. Do we agree with that
For the first one?
for the first one? Log base 2, so little 2, that's the base, so that should go there. Of the other side equals the exponent. It looks right at me. You guys get the second one yet? No? Isla, what's the base for number 2? So it's 2 to some power equals something. Tricia, what's the power? Is it the x minus 1 or is it the y?
The x minus
2 to the y equals x
I
minus
hate
1.
that the Y is first, because then it messes up my letters.
Yeah, well, you need to be versatile. And Lorenzo, I forgot to say this. This one, no base is written. Do we get to pick any number we want, or is there one like, everybody's like, all the cool kids of course know it's this?
Isn't it E?
Yeah.
What is the base that's implied?
Are we doing 10?
When it says log LOG, it's base 10. And when it's ln, the base is
Okay.
so ln natural log, that one's the e. So Ignacio, number 3, it just says log, there's no base written, so what's the implied one?
10,
So how is this gonna,
10y equals x.
10 to the y equals x? I know what you meant, but it's not what you said. Michaela, number 4, how do we translate that one?
E to the y.
E to the y equals x. Griffin, how you doing? What?
Wait. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Never mind.
And Zara, how do I do the last one?
Did you do the last one yet?
Did you do the last one? No. Did you do the last one?
So right here, you have how many times you have
Okay. Log y equals, and log base what? What is the thing being, okay, base is the thing being raised to an exponent. So how do we write log base e in short, cool kid handwriting?
But it's not, to the power, it's just down there, but yeah.
Okay, so, I am told
There's no numbers.
algebra 2, you guys did at least see logs, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. True or false? Do you remember anything, other than you've seen them. Yeah.
I remembered that it was the opposite of exponent, and I remember
Yes, yes.
I remember my boy Ben.
And your boy Ben, but
Yep.
Benet, love
I
Benet,
don't like him at all.
yeah, it's 'cause it's a girl. Meaning Ben, your boy, he's your buddy, but Benet evidently. And she was mad because he called her a dude. Okay, hopefully. Hopefully, it makes more sense when the statements that we're translating are true. Maya, how would we rewrite log base 5 of 25 equals 2? What's the base?
Base would be 25.
5. 5 to what power?
These are still gonna be right. Is that fair? Okay, so it is kind of, it's simple, but it's like
So,
really?
those of you who are struggling, please at least write this down. Base to the exponent equals the argument.
I'm not saying that.
Trying to do work, thank you.
Okay. Adele, this one, what's the base? 10. So am I gonna write log base 10, or am I gonna just write log? I can just write log. But some people wanna see the 10, so I'm gonna write the 10, but you're right, cool kids, we don't need to. What goes in the parentheses? 110. What goes on the other side? The exponent, the -1.
Why is it in parentheses?
Cause it's a fraction, there was too many things, I want
But
you
you
to.
don't need to write 10. for-
I did not need to write the 10. But when the thing I'm stuffing inside, so. Right, for when people are writing these, I'm not sure if they mean log of 1, the whole thing over 10, or log of 1 over 10. So I will put it in parentheses to
Oh,
try
I
to be
see.
clear.
Does it mean anything that it's like base 10, it's 1/10, like, is it not like? I don't know.
Okay, is this true? Is 10 to the -1 equal to 1 over 10?
Yes.
Yes, so I'm trying to just show you, this one, 5 squared is 25, you
Yep.
guys know that. How does it look in log? Ew, gross, but there it is. This thing is true. How does it look when we go to log? We could have just said, as Adele said, we didn't have to write the base 10.
So you could do like log base 2, like 8 equals 3.
Oh. Is that true? Well, to check, Michaela, can you turn this log problem that Gray just gave us into an exponential, convert the log to exponent?
2 equals the base to the 3.
So does 2 to the 3 equal 8?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
so yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, that one's just alphabetical. Stuart, do you think you can convert this one? Okay. In reading this, I would say this is log base W of B equals D. What is the base? So, okay, it's gonna be W to, what thing is the exponent? The thing not right next to it. If it was right next to it, it's a dumb problem. So it's the D. So equals, well, we got less. Okay, try those guys. Your homework tonight is this worksheet, the front, odds only. Okay? So while you're trying those, I will hand this out.
64, so it's cubed. So its answer is 3. Right? 44 16 times 4 is 64. Yes. Okay. So it's 3. And then B.
Does it make sense?
1/4.
And you can do them without writing the translation?
For the X.
Like you did the first one without translating,
Oh.
like you kind of just see them? I can make them very, like,
The X
B is
equals
very hard to do
256.
without.
What is it? What could it be?
Oh my God, hold on.
I think it's 4. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, it is 4. You're right. Wait, is it -4? Oops, sorry. Is it 4?
Is this second one like one?
D is 3. I know that. What is C is 4.
So, for part A, 4 to what power equals 64? Some of you know 64 is 4 to the third, so that one's sorta okay. This one, 1/4 to some power equals 256. Anybody play the 2048? 256 is. How do you get 4?
Is it to the 4?
Okay. Here's,
The third is 8.
Dante, pick a variable for us, not E. Pick a letter. A, okay. You guys know that 256 is 16 squared? Some of you might. Okay, 16 is 4 to what power?
Squared.
And 1/4, is that 4 to the -1?
Yeah.
So come on, how do I raise a power to a power? 4 to the -1 to the A, what is that? 4 to the -1 to the A is what? 4 to what power? To the -A. Then on this side, yes, 2 to the 2, 4 squared to this, also squared, 4 to the 4. So 4 to the -A equals 4 to the 4, what does A have to be? Those exponents need to be equal. So it's -4. Dora, did I completely lose you on that one?
No, I'm just going over it again on my
Is the answer to C 5, because 2 to the 5th is 32?
Yeah.
Wait,
1
4 to
fifth?
the 4th isn't. Is it? 16 times 4 is 2.
Vicky, how'd you get
Yeah,
1
it is
fifth?
286, so then you know it's negative. 'cause
I
it's
just do
fraction.
1/5, 32 to
She
the
just
power of
explained it.
1/5 is 2. Cause I did 32 to the x is 2, x equals 1/5.
Okay, so a strategy that they should have shown you in Algebra 2, though I'm not sure. Sorry, you can see it here also, or maybe not, as you're squinting out. Like he said, 32 is 2 to the 5th. Okay, So I translated this log to 32 to the power of a equals 2 to the power of 1. She knew that 32 was 2 to the 5th. Raising a power to a power, 2 to the 5a equals 2 to the 1. So this exponent and that exponent need to equal. So that's supposed to be 1/5. Now, what do you think about the last one?
So it's 10 to the 1 equals a 5.
What is 1,000 as the power of 10?
It's 10.
10 squared is 100, 10 cubed is 1,000. So what's the answer? Okay, Dory, you still looking concerned?
Oh, no, I get it now, I like, see what you're doing.
All right, can you guys try the odds that are on the worksheet in front of you?